Yo, what is good, y'all? This is your boy, You Too Humble here, and I'm back with another video. And welcome back to the No Fear Zone Gaming channel. You know what? I think we ought to talk about this, and this article that I was reading is very painful to look at. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's very painful to look at because it goes to show that we are having problems with not only the movie industry, but also in the gaming industry. So let's take a look. And as you can see, right, they are saying the video games and film industries are facing remarkably similar problems. And the first thing that comes to mind is, duh, like, of course, we're facing a similar problem. We're facing this problem where we sit up here, when we initially make the game first, then we try to sit up here and then make a movie after the fact. Of course that we're going to have issues with it. Of course it's not going to work. Of course we're going to sit up here and be very delusional and deranged thinking that it's going to work. Because obviously it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? And whenever I see stuff like this, right, it hurts me so bad because I want movies to succeed. You know, I absolutely want video games to succeed, but we're not going to get those things. It's because we're not holding these types of ideas accountable, you know. And I understand that we have, you know, your enjoyment, you know what I mean? Like, I want the audience that's watching this video, I want you to enjoy playing the video games how you want to be played, or I want you to enjoy, you know, watching a movie that is 2 to almost 3 hours long, right? But it seems like each and every time they make something, it's worse and worse and worse, right? You know, just to prove it to you, let's check down here in this article, shall we? And then there was one that I saw that I was just like, wow, that's absolutely going on right about now, right? And it was dealing with Insomniac. Just give me a second to look for it. See, this right here, this will talk about the Marvels, the Indianajones 5. See, even talked about the Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. To be honest with you, I feel like Suicide killed the Justice League. I think this was an absolute fail. I'm not even gonna sit here and, you know, just keep my cool about this. Obviously, this game was going to fail. This game is going to fail. Why? Because you got Kill the Justice League. Everybody was killed off in a... How can I say? It was killed off in a way where it was just like, all right, there was like no meaning behind it. There was like no purpose behind it. And then, on top of that, then they lose to characters that are not even like that strong like that. Like Superman losing to the Suicide Squad, Green Lantern losing to the Suicide Squad, The Flash losing to the Suicide Squad. Like, come on, that don't even remotely make sense. You and I both know that doesn't even make sense. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't. But they do it because they know for a fact that they want to get me and you starting the conversation. Let's proceed. And I think from that point on, they basically spoke about that. But it was definitely something dealing with Insomniac. My apologies. I definitely want to apologize for trying to look for it, but I think I passed it. But yeah, just by the looks of this whole thing, because like I said, I did read it, right? I definitely skimmed through it. Right, I definitely skimmed through it because as far as like what I'm seeing from like, skimming through it, it's definitely about like an issue with them coming out with movies and TV shows for the video games that were made, right? And when you do that, okay, it doesn't help. You get what I'm saying? Like, I understand when you make a video game, the video game is great. But then when you sit up there and you try to make a movie out of it or a TV show out of it, there's just some elements that don't hit the same as far as how the game was. Like, you and I both know that that's what goes on. It's not to sit up here and be delusional about it. No, absolutely not. Just got to be real with y'all. And to be honest, y'all absolutely deserve to know the truth about what's happening when it comes to these video games. And then guess what? This past, days, you got certain industries that are basically laid off. As a matter of fact, it's right here, actually. Yeah, in all, thousands of workers from the most successful and most acclaimed developers in the industry have lost their jobs, such as Naughty Dog, Insomniac, there's Eidos, Montreal, Sega. No one at any company seems to be safe from the cuts. And there you have it, right? There you have it. So overall, it seems like we just have this issue where we can't make video games correctly, can't produce movies correctly. It's like, how many times we gonna mess up? How many times? How many times we gotta sit up here and hope and pray that if a movie comes out or the video game comes out, it's not garbage, it's not filled with something that's, very woke. And that's another thing too, but I'll probably save that for another conversation, because anything as far as like something woke being in movies or video games is like, in order for that to be shut down, everybody has to talk about it. I'm not saying I don't want to talk about it, I'm just being real. But these types of conversations are absolutely much deeper than what it is to certain people. For me, it's not. But for some others, yeah, we have an issue. And another thing too is that I remember what happened with the Grand Theft Auto 6, right? You had a guy, he sat up there and, he was about to leak every information about GTA 6, right? And, Rockstar decided, you know what? I gotta show it to everybody in the world, because if I don't do it, they will. And it's gonna ruin everything. So it was very smart for them to do that. And, with all of their might, I understood how frustrated they were, but they pushed through. So much respect to them for that. Much respect to them. But man, sometimes it just hurts me so bad just to, see these types of, industries, especially gaming industries, go down in the dirt just because the lack of common sense and awareness that these video games, not only just video games, but movies, you want to see them better. You want to see them better. Like, if we have all this technology, if we have all these, new and improved things, right? What are we doing with them? What are we doing? Are we trying to get better? Or are we just trying to stay the same until somebody says something and then money is not coming in? So really the real question is, what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Like it says in this article, the video game and film industries are facing remarkably similar problems. And I absolutely agree. They absolutely are. Movies are not doing good. The budgets usually be about 200 million. Like, huh? 200 million for a movie? Just like with the video game. The video game is almost that amount. I want to say about 150 million, a little bit more. But then the games are garbage. The game's not playable. The game has issues. And how much technology that we have and how advanced it is, you would think, oh, okay, it'll be a little bit better for us individuals, right? I think gaming is so bad now. When you play a certain game, you got the mods, you got the moderators, you got the mods coming up with outfits, costumes, you know, modifications on how the character looks, whether she is thick or not, whether the guy got a big head or not, right? They can't even do stuff like that. They can't even do that right. But y'all let me know down in the comment section below. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, make sure you're subscribed, and also, if you do me a solid, share it with a friend. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, they definitely need to look at this. Not only they need to look at this, but they need to open their eyes and tell them that it's disgusting. But without further ado, I am out, y'all. Peace.